You know you can't do this forever.
I can barely do it now. This is the job.
You were pushing me to step into the light and lead the team. But leaders get people killed.
You're an inspiration. Come together. You don't just save people. You make them see their better selves.
On my lead.
Doing a review on the movie I've been dreading all year. The Justice League movie just came out 3 days ago, I think. I seen it on Saturday. It came out Friday. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm going to be like truthful into my reasons and explaining myself as much as I can. But this is my opinion. If you don't really know much about the Justice League and you really don't care, you just like action and seeing superheroes, then you'll probably like this movie. But me, that's someone that likes to go deeper into the movies than what's in front of me. It bothers me. So yeah, let's get into that. Now for the overall movie, did I like it? I don't know if I actually liked it or not. I didn't hate it. It wasn't god awful. It wasn't Dawn of Justice. It wasn't terrible, but it was not Wonder Woman great. You know, it was like right there in the middle. And when I went to go see this movie, I got it in Dolby Cinemax or whatever, where you get to go and you have recliners and you have like hundreds of speakers on the walls and you've all got plenty of room. You've all got like lots of room and it's nice and the theater's huger. So I paid more money for it than I knew. I didn't even know I got this, but now it's like my favorite way to see movies. Me, Lisa, and my stepdad and my mom went. We were all curious, you know, because we all loved Wonder Woman, so we all were like, yes. Anyways, so we went in to the theater, and I was going into this movie, I wasn't like giving it high hopes, because I mean, Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, like, I wasn't going into this being like, oh, this is gonna be a great movie. Like, I knew it wasn't gonna be that good. Because DC doesn't know what the heck they're doing. Okay, they don't know how to connect a universe. Like, anyways, we're going. First of all, Zack Snyder, anything he directs is always so dark. It's like they put a dark black gray filter over the entire movie. It was so dark. There was no color. It wasn't beautiful. Trying to be as happy as I can. Like, I mean, okay, you walked in. Like, it was such a serious movie. Like, it was so serious. Every time they cracked a joke, I didn't believe it for a minute. They didn't, like, it was too serious. There was nothing funny about that movie. It wasn't enjoyable. And these are comic books. They're supposed to be funny. They're not supposed to be taken so seriously. They're supposed to be enjoyable and a little heart-touchy cry. You laugh. You're not supposed to be like, I can't believe that happened. The whole movie. Anyway, that's what it's like watching any DC movie, because, you know. Okay. Basically, the whole plan of this movie was from Lex Luthor. Apparently, he knew this was happening. And I'm like, oh my god, I know he didn't. And the fact that Dawn of Justice had to happen for this movie to me, this was another movie they made just for spin-offs. Dawn of Justice was a movie they made just for spin-offs. They made the Dawn of Justice movie just so they could get Wonder Woman and they could get a Justice League movie. That's the only reason they made Dawn of Justice, because it was terrible. So now they made Justice League, and I feel like they just made Justice League so they could make Flashpoint and Flash and Cyborg and Wonder Woman 2 and Batman and another Man of Steel. Like, I'm like, you can't. And Aquaman, sorry, I forgot all about him because he was barely in the movie. Anyway, like, you can't do that. You can't just make a movie just for the sake of making other movies. You have to make this movie good. There's no plot. This plot line was just so slim. We didn't know what was going on. Okay, so basically the plot line of this was Stephen Wolf. I say Stephen Wolf. I don't know. The way you read something is probably different than what they meant it to say, but Stephen Wolf is in here, and he wants to destroy the world with these 3 mother boxes, blah, 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 blah. The Amazons have one, and I forgot what they're called. whatever Aquaman is, I can't remember. His people had one, and then Man had one. Yeah, and so the whole thing was about this, and it was so stupid. They resurrected Superman, which I knew they were going to do. It wasn't a surprise to me. Maybe people in the theater were surprised, but I was like, at the end of Dawn of Justice, I was like, oh, they're going to have to bring him back in Justice League, because you can't have Justice League without Superman. So I knew they were going to bring Superman back, but whatever. Also going into this movie, I didn't really know who was going to be in this movie or what, because usually when I watch trailers for these movies, I watch the one trailer and then I don't watch anymore because I want to be a little surprised when I go in and watch the movie. So I didn't really know who was going to be in it. I was hoping for a hot girl. I was hoping for John Jones. I didn't get either one. I was hoping for a Green Lantern. You know, they're making Green Lantern anyway. Why didn't they just put Green Lantern in there? But, you know, there wasn't none of that. So instead we got Cyborg and The Flash. This movie was a movie to me made again for visual pleasing. It wasn't actually pretty to look at. However, the action in it was it was good action. And that's what people watch. They don't want a good storyline. And they don't want like, oh, and I know, if you want a good Justice League adaptation, I recommend the 2004 Cartoon Network Justice League. Now that was a lit show. I grew up watching, there was no Avengers when I was growing up. If there was, I didn't know about it. So it was Justice League and X-Men. Those were the best shows for me when I was growing up. And the fact I was so excited because in my mind, I'm like, oh, Justice League, the movie. So I was even like, my mind knew this wasn't going to be good, but then in my head, I'm like, oh, I loved Justice League. So, and then because Wonder Woman was so good, I was like, oh, well, maybe this one will be good. Maybe they learned their lesson, but no, they did not. This movie just, why do they keep doing this? Like, it makes me where I don't even want to go see any DC movie, and I love DC. It's not that I'm like just hating on DC movies because I love Marvel more. It's because Marvel knows what the heck they're doing. They know how to connect stories. They know how to make it enjoyable. DC movies aren't enjoyable. They're so dark, and they're, and they don't have a storyline, and they just look at it. Oh my god. Alright, so I think I'm done ranting about the actual storyline of this story. And so I think I'm gonna just start talking about new characters that were introduced, and yeah. Steppenwolf. I call him Steppenwolf. I don't know if that's what his name is supposed to be, but that's how I read it as, so Steppenwolf. I liked the way they did him. I know he was CGI, and people are gonna say he looks so CGI, but I'm like, it's all fake. Half of the movements of Batman and Wonder Woman were CGI, so I don't want to hear that. That doesn't bother me. He looked fine. I understood his purpose. He was like a villain with one goal to destroy. I understand. I'm not mad at him. For the most part, he didn't bother me. His plan didn't bother me. His little freaking moth minions didn't bother me at all. The part I don't like is because Lex Luthor from Dawn of Justice, his stupid plan that he would have had no idea. He wanted Batman and Superman to fight, but then he also wanted to create Doomsday. Like, what? Like, oh my god. And then, he knew that this was gonna happen? Oh, come on. And he was putting things together, and he basically gave Batman a gift-wrapped present of all of the Justice League characters in a folder, and he had all this stuff in his notes, so they were already halfway to solving the freaking problem that was attacking the world before the movie even started. So I don't like that whole aspect. I don't like the new Lex Luthor. He's just terrible. As of Mira, she was in there, and I was excited to see her, but she was like in it for literally maybe 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding. She went in there and she was there to consult Aquaman, who's like a drunken, washed up version of himself for some reason. In there, they just wasted her. Let's talk about new additions to the Justice League team. We had Cyborg, which I love Cyborg. I love his character. I love Cyborg. I was excited to see Cyborg, and then I was disappointed. The way they made him look, he was like a skinny little metal robot, and he was like full metal. He didn't have like part human body parts, and he was in there just because of the plot line they had picked. I mean, I didn't like, they used him, he was like an excuse. He was part of these motherboard boxes and they just needed him to bring Superman alive, and I didn't like what they did with Cyborg. I mean, I really didn't enjoy it. I don't like the way he looked. I just didn't like it. At the end, I saw he got his circle on his chest at the end. That made me a little happy.
Protect them, you need to work with me. If the fight comes, we'll need you.
Aquaman. I love Aquaman's look because, okay, I wasn't mad that they didn't put him in his costume. You know, Aquaman always has the yellow shirt with the green tights. Like, I didn't care because that costume is terrible. So I wasn't mad that they changed it. I was mad how worthless they made Aquaman look. He couldn't even punch Steppenwolf but one time in the whole movie. Now Ezra Miller, which plays the new Flash on the movie, oh god, he was so terrible. He didn't even act like Barry Allen would. He was not. I know Barry Allen's like nervous and dorky and like quirky. This guy was not that. He was like childless. He was like this shy child. That's what he was. And when he was running, his running looked like crap. The Flash on the CW on TV has better effects than this movie did for the Flash. Like, and he was running. He looked like he was walking in slow motion. He was like, it was terrible. And he wasn't funny. I didn't like his costume. I didn't like anything about the new Flash. And I hate how DC didn't keep their TV worlds and their movie worlds the same, because Marvel does that. All their shows connect to their movies. That's how you do this, DC. You can't, oh, you're just so messed up. I would rather the Flash have not even been in there because he just ruined it. This isn't because I love the TV version character more, it's because he really didn't fit Barry Allen at all. He was terrible at it. No disrespect to this actor. He just didn't play it well. He wasn't picked right for it. Now Mr. Henry came back as Superman, as I said. He came back and that scene was actually really cool. I liked Superman in this movie. He made the movie enjoyable. He was, you know, he's kind of like this real serious dad type thing going on, and I mean, they bring him back to life. He doesn't know who he is, so he starts beating up Wonder Woman, and a Flash is running to him really fast, and Superman just turns and he's like, I can see you, I'm fast too. So yeah, that was cool. Superman was cool. Wonder Woman, Mrs. Gale, she was good in this movie, but I mean, her part didn't shine like it did in Wonder Woman. She was just there. I mean, I love her as Wonder Woman, so I liked her. To me, they didn't do anything with her character, really. Ben Affleck as Batman, I'm okay with it. It doesn't matter to me. I feel like you can't really mess up Batman. Like, they just gave him toys and stuff. Throughout this fight, he was pretty worthless. He just used gadgets and stuff. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, it wasn't, I don't know. I don't know. But I will talk about some things I did enjoy about this movie. I did enjoy when Wonder Woman saved the people at the bank, and the guy was like, what are you? I enjoyed that scene. I did enjoy, at the end, he wants to make Wayne Manor his, like, Justice League headquarters, and they're gonna make room for more people. You can try. It doesn't have to be perfect. None of them are perfect, but at least make it enjoyable. Like, just try. DC to me reminds me of someone that knows they're gonna make money, so they just keep remaking whatever piece of garbage they can make, and I don't like that. I want them to. DC has some of the best characters in the world, and they mess it up all the time. They have more movies coming that might be good, but I don't know. I never want to go see them. It's like I'm dreading to go see a DC movie because I know I'm gonna be so like brought down. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna enjoy myself. It's not terrible. It was not great either. It was a thin line in the middle. I'm trying to be so positive and I can't. It's just so bad. I mean, it wasn't bad, like god awful, but it was not great. Yeah, so I guess that's my review.